Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Juan Epstein. My name is Peter Rosenberg. Dominican Drew is here. If you're listening on SoundCloud, follow me on SoundCloud. That's soundcloud.com/Rosenberg Radio. But more importantly, if you want to be down with everything that is Juan Epstein, you should subscribe in the iTunes podcast area. Search for Juan Epstein. Subscribe to the podcast. Go to the iTunes App Store. Download the Juan Epstein app. And like I said, follow me on that SoundCloud/Rosenberg Radio or go to rosenbergradio.com. Juan Epstein is simply the best and longest-running hip-hop podcast of all time. Now, this episode is with the great Jadakiss, good friend of ours, came and hung out, and it picks up with me solving an argument with Jadakiss's label rep from Def Jam, Yvette. So that's where we pick up, and it goes right into Juan Epstein. Enjoy and welcome. Thank you. Good night.
You were mean to me the other day if you didn't realize it.
I was mean?
Yeah. But you were in your zone. I was really mad.
Was it Summer Jam?
Yes.
I get a pass.
No, well, that's not fair because I get to deserve a pass also. We were both in equal.
Oh, you mean in that room?
Yes.
Oh no, there was.
I know you sunned me so bad. You don't even realize it. You were like.
No, but.
You literally went like this. She went like this to me.
Peter, there was. I can't. I'll explain what was happening.
You start with saying, "Well, sorry." I said.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shush you.
I figured you had some shit going on.
I had some major shit going on.
Indiana could be.
Because he was even all confused because he didn't even understand what I said. He was confused too. He didn't understand what I was suggesting because he would have said
I
no.
didn't even know what you were talking about because the overlapping issue was so much bigger than.
It was just a fuck fest of some variety.
It was really bad what I was going through at that very second.
Bobby.
When you were there trying to talk about an intro or whatever you were trying to talk about.
2 years ago, that first year they got to the finals or that far, they couldn't
But
do
we'll
it.
talk about it, and I'm sorry I didn't.
Well, I appreciate it. And I figured that was the case. So that's why I didn't go Peter apeshit.
Paul George 23.
That's what I said.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Well, that's what Side knows. I went up to Cipha and I was like, oh, Yvette was so mean to me just now. And I was like, oh. And then he was like, you should probably ask her what she was going through today. And I was like, well, I know she was going through shit today, but I also know Evie can just be, she got caught in the moment. I just was a casualty of war. I don't want to be a casualty of war.
I'm saying people got to communicate.
Got to communicate your issues.
I go to therapy, man. My marriage is
doing great. You recording us, Drew?
communication.
Oh, you're already recording. All right, perfect.
Communication.
Get to the mic, Jada. By the way, that was the start of Juan Epstein. Jada is here.
Big part of communication's a big part of why things go wrong, and it's really not.
Maybe 90%.
Yeah, heard up.
Oh, probably true of artist issues as well, I would imagine.
Any issue.
Artists,
War,
groups, artists and management,
Business.
family, just
All that shit.
lack of or miscommunication.
This is what I told Rosenberg, right? Because you could be mad at somebody. You know that normally you tell everybody else except the person you mad at.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then they don't
That
know.
starts and that when you
Right?
could have just took it.
You
there,
think they know because
the
they
people-
did something to you, and you're like, how could you not know you just did something to me? Because I was like, Rosenberg was like saying Yvette did something in the room. I'm like, she's probably telling her friend right now that you did something in the room. And y'all ain't talking.
But in this case, I knew what it was she was dealing with something else that was really annoying. And my feelings obviously were not her top priority. So which is fine.
That's always what it is.
Right, no, but sometimes it's worth pointing out to someone, hey, just so you know, I'm sure you were dealing with your own shit, but so you know, that made me feel a certain way.
Pointed out.
And that's a good way to handle it.
He handled it correctly.
Well, thank you. I was a grown up about it, I thought.
You handled that.
But
nice.
son, we're talking about
She handled it
Summer
nicely
Jam.
too.
She did. She was
Absolutely.
nice too.
Summer Jam can be crazy for everybody.
No, but son, Summer Jam is our thing that day. It's very stressful. Also, when you get home from work, your boss is your Summer Jam. And you might have got stressed at work and you come home and yell at your wife or your kids when really it's something that
Are you
happened.
doing the Three Amigos thing when they say, what's your El Guapo?
Yeah.
Summer Jam is our El Guapo.
Summer Jam
No,
is
but it's funny. I did the same thing that day to Ballard, right? To my friend, because Summer Jam for me is that day, right? So at home, my family's like walking on eggshells with me as we're getting ready to do Summer Jam. And my boy, I hit him, I go, hey, anyway, you can come watch my dog up here? And he's like, I'm already watching a friend's dog. You have to bring him down there. And on text, I'm just like, dude, why didn't you tell me that you're watching someone else's dog? You know my dog hates other dogs. What the fuck? And he's like, seriously? I'm doing you a favor. And I was like, I'm Alexa, deal with this. And then at the end of the day, I saw him and I was like, dude, sorry I was being a bitch about it, but I had a lot of shit going on. It was the least of my concerns. Yvette, you want to share? So, hey, were you at Summer Jam?
Nah, I was there on my screen, on my computer.
You streamed at home?
Yeah.
No, did no one ask, or do you not have an interest in doing a reach out?
French. I was gonna come out with French, but he had a whole deal.
You would have gotten cut off anyway.
He had to drive from VA and all. Yeah. Then
I told him next year.
I could have came out with Fab. I could have came out with anybody. I'm the type that can just drive to Summer Jam and come out.
That's true. Somebody will see you backstage and be like, "Yo,
I need you." Yeah. So, but yeah, I like watching it in the crib though. Sometimes, I can enjoy the amenities.
You know what?
It's beautiful.
It's kind of becoming. I will give credit to our Hot 97 video department, who often drives me crazy, that they do a great job as well. That's becoming a new experience that many people
I got one beef though.
Okay, the stream's locked up. Yeah,
it was yesterday. I mean, on Summer Jam, it was yesterday.
It's 2 days ago.
2 days ago. They were missing when they were shooting from the interviews back to the stage. They were skipping the intros. Like I was missing.
You got to time it.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing
intros.
that.
Yeah, nah.
Oh, but no one told us we're going live now.
I thought the whole show was live straight up.
No, they kept going back to Laura and Angie.
Nah.
And the interviews were actually good. But when they
intros
skipped it, you're catching like the.
That's another job. They needed another job, which is the stage video.
I'll be that.
You want to do that?
Job, yeah.
So you can direct from the stage.
Random letters once.
Yes. Speaking of the video department, who I love so much, we switched. We're back here now. If you want to film. If not, we're doing it for radio and podcasts, so whatever you want. Okay. So bring a camera. You can just bring one if you want. Don't even bring a light. Just come shoot stuff. We always encourage them to be very roll with the punches. But now that we do this video department, everything is being done to try to eventually, figure out how radio makes dollars in the video space, which is why Summer Jam was so different. That's my one beef, is when you were watching, you saw when Angie and Laura were hosting, right? Mm-hmm. Behind them, the crowd was filled, Oprah. They were just sitting there all silently behind them. And I'm like, that doesn't feel like a hip hop show. I wish they just put them in the VIP suite where there's people walking around and partying.
The dudes that were on stage with French or Wu-Tang.
Put them in the background.
Put them in the background. It's a wow.
That's a good thing to do with people's goons.
You're right, though.
Like a 43-year-old 5%er. You know what I mean? Just
But you're right, because those guys don't have shit to do anyway. And if you said to them, hey, you know what would be a good idea? We could really use you on TV. They'd be like, oh. It's even better than standing on the stage and doing nothing. I can stand on camera and do nothing.
Do you guys sit around and do a suggestion thing for next year? Something like
I'll take one right now from you, Jadakiss, and I will pass it on. But no, they don't listen to us. That's what you're wondering.
What is it?
I don't know if the show should start early. Can't start early.
It could if you wanted to.
Why does people always get cut off?
No, that was because of the lightning. They was gonna evacuate the building.
Oh, all right, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Because actually it went to 12 this year.
Yes, it was supposed to go to 12, and they expected it to go to 12.
Always? It's always done at 11, right?
It's usually 11.
So it went to 12, and the lightning started to hit, and they were like, "Yo, we're gonna evacuate the stadium." No. What they do is they have a plan where they send everyone into the hallways when there's lightning, so it don't strike the middle of the fucking. And then they bring them back, and they were like, "Yo, the show's almost over. We can't do that. We're just gonna have to just end it." Yeah. So they told French, "Just do your joints, and then you see those state troopers, they're gonna get us out of here."
But I ended up really happy with it. I was out in the crowd at the end. And the Wayne moment was so good that although I would have liked to see Ain't Worry About Nothing, et cetera, Shorty, what's his first name called? Shot Callers. All those. The moment with Wayne was such a high. I don't know if you could feel it. Yeah, could you feel it?
It was very energetic.
Oh, because in the crowd, it was people happy that this dude's doing well and that he's back in New York and that after all this shit. So it was hard to beat that moment. So everyone ended up kind of winning when it was all said and done.
You been rocking with French for a while, right?
Yeah, from the beginning.
You were on the New York Minute, weren't you?
Yeah.
Was Nicki on that too?
Yeah.
Wow. My best friend, Nicki.
God, French.
So jealous, Cipha.
So what's your view on the whole, because I'll tell you what I'm thinking, because I hosted French album release party at Webster Hall, and Puff Daddy came out with him. Not P. Diddy. Puff Daddy, yes. He did all the dances, came out with him, and I was like, damn, he fucking still got it. That same.
But his cosign of French is weird.
I know.
It's on and off, right? Sometimes I don't see him at all, and then album time comes, you see him pop up. It's kind of random. I feel like he's hedging his bets a little bit.
No, I think these CEOs, man, when you pop, they right there. When it's double Dutch, they.
Yeah, but who are you to really speak on what happens with Puff Daddy and what he does with his artists?
Yeah, you don't know. You don't have no experience.
You need experts
I
in
don't know
this.
anything about that.
I know. Hey, Jada, feel free. You wanna?
Are you getting busy like
No, you can. I'm at work, but feel free.
I get busy. Man.
G-Pen?
Do a little G-Pen for Jada. Shout out to the good people at Granco Science. So they, why not?
Yo, who are they?
Granco Science. They're the guys who make the G-Pen.
Are they in L.A.?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to L.A. I got the G-Pen. Can I get a charger?
I'll give you a charger. That was my fault.
Shit, don't
Charger?
I didn't give him the charger.
charger.
But I didn't give him the pen. He doesn't smoke weed.
I
gave
still
him the
need
pen.
it, though. I got people coming to the crib. You know what
I
I mean?
heard Kev
Improv
told me
practice.
you lost. Kev said he asked for it, and you were like, I lost it.
No, I found it.
You found it?
I found it, but I need a charger.
Okay, I'll give him the charger.
Well, can I put a AA battery in there or what?
No, there's not. I don't know what the battery is in this thing. Yo, this thing hits good though, right? The new ones are amazing.
That's amazing.
You don't have one of these?
I need one.
Oh, I would have brought you one today. Will you set that up? I'll give him one. Okay. I'm gonna get you a G-Pen. They are
Let's
fantastic.
go through random.
What,
Yo, you know what I want to ask you about before we get. We're gonna talk you and your music, obviously. Iverson.
I almost want to cry when I think about
I know Iverson through you.
It hurts me when I think about AI, man.
You ever speak to him or?
I seen him maybe last year in Atlanta. That's the last time I got to see him. But just to think about his whole where he was and where he's at, hopefully he's doing okay wherever he's at. But
when you saw him, did he seem like he wasn't
When I
doing well?
seen him, it was kind of sad. Like, you know what I mean? He was in the club. He had the hat on with some shades, but it wasn't the same as when we all, it wasn't that same. You could kind of tell he was going through something.
Yeah.
You know?
And he don't want to bother you with it or?
I mean, he didn't come to me and say nothing. I try to help him however I can help him, but it's probably hard to help somebody who had a $100 million Reebok contract and then 3 or 4, whatever many NBA contracts. That's like,
how can you? And
how can you?
I'm not able to figure it out. And I know he came from the bottom. He had a lot of people to take care of. A classic story of all that stuff, right? But he also lived. I mean, you were around him. I mean, from all stories,
He lived like erratic, though. He always had a lot of money. He always had a lot of cash. You know what I mean? Opposed to having credit cards and having his whole. I don't ever think his setup was set up. Like, you know what I mean? Business managers and.
He was just moving.
He would just have a lot of cash on him, and you know what I mean? So buying a bunch of jewelry and you know what I mean, not having stuff insured and all that, it'll come back to bite you in the ass after a while.
So your business is set up.
Yeah. I mean, I went through stuff like that too, where my accountant, the IRS hit me for a couple $100,000. I'm like, what's going on?
So what'd you do?
I switched to my dad. My dad has a coffee company, Katora.
I think you told us this.
Yeah, you told us that last time.
I got with my whole.
But did you pay it off? You just paid it off right away?
Yeah, I paid that.
So can you explain? Talk a little closer to the mic.
Yeah.
Can you explain to us? Because that is one thing that does confuse me and bums me out. Every 3 weeks, there's another rapper who's about to go to jail because the IRS.
I just had some tax stuff.
Your business people are not doing the right thing, evidently.
But
and then they don't play with athletes and rappers. That's why you see Lauren, Ron Isley. They don't, because you had the money. That's why they.
Ron Isley's my favorite rapper.
That's why they make you go to jail, though. They don't play with athletes. They don't play with singers either. Cipha.
Well, let's be fair. They don't play with black people, period. Because Wesley Snipes, Wesley got it too.
Yeah.
Although, here's the thing. We always have this back and forth because K-Fox will always be like, why are they coming for so-and-so? And in one sense, they target you if you're rich and black. In another sense, they can't get you if you pay your shit.
Yeah.
You got to pay your shit.
I thought I was all paid up, right?
You're the king of paid up.
Let me tell you something. What happened was my old accountant, I had like a New York address and a Jersey address, and he didn't file the New York. No, because I moved my company to Jersey. He never discontinued the New York company.
So you owed both. He was owed.
Yeah, but I didn't. But he never paid the New York one because he was like, "Oh, there is no more New York one." But you never sent in the paperwork to dissolve it.
How much do you have to owe because of that?
I owed like I think it was like 50,000, and then they worked it out. They explained the situation, and I got it down to like 22 or something.
How recently was this?
This year, like this last tax season, I had
You had to
pay.
drop an extra 22 out of nowhere?
See,
God bless
what
you.
happened to me, I got a couple accounts. Like, you know, I try to keep the serious stuff over there, and I have like a play account. Oh, not a play, but an account that a miscellaneous account. I had probably like 100,000 or something. I'm going to
What,
the
for a
ATM.
car?
Yeah, I'm going to the ATM.
By the way, everyone dreams of having a
They took
miscellaneous account with 100,000.
They took the whole 100 and then told me, you owe us some more. Come see us. I said, what?
They just took it out of the account.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
going
put
to
a-
the ATM. It's Chinese star in my card back to me. I said, no, I got 100,000 on it. Went to the bank. They said they put a lien.
Yep.
Then you gotta go.
And
And
you
they
put
go
a
to the
lien-
record labels and all that and tell them they can't pay you no checks.
Yeah.
No, you gotta get.
Yo, they put a lien. I have like 3 different accounts. They put a lien on my joint account, is the one I have with my wife, which was basically our wedding gift money.
You just got Jadakiss laughed at.
Our wedding gift money, we opened a joint account with it. They put the lien on that account only. So my wife's like, yo, what the fuck? Why they holding my money?
Okay, personal question. How much money ended up in the gift money account? Mine wasn't that great.
Overall, no, I was like, well, I got a lot of cash too. No, I mean cards. I got a lot of cards.
Cards with checks in it.
I don't know, maybe like 30,000
Of money, of gifts?
gifts. Yeah.
See, this is I find so interesting, right? You would think, well, you invited more people though too, but
But did people give you gifts?
unfortunately, yes.
Nah, you gotta.
You
gotta,
a bunch of crystals and all of that, right?
We returned
No,
it and got some-
the registering is for the shower.
No, see, we were. I only
Yo,
got. I got
Cardi?
$14,000. Not that much.
We got cause Cardi's wedding invite.
By the way, first world problems. Sorry, these are big first world problems.
Cardinal's wedding invite damn near said, "Give us cash" without saying those words.
Right.
And I was like, "Yo, how did you word that?"
In a way to say.
So I try to word mine the same way. Like,
Although we just shouldn't have registered for stuff like. I realized when we started getting it, I was looking at my wife and I was like, "Honey, we don't even live in a New York apartment. We don't even have a space to put this.
yeah, I
We
got
don't
mad.
need. I'll buy it years later when we move into a home, but in a
Yeah, I got mad like juicers and crock pots in the closet. Like,
real life shit right here.
anyway,
Jada, did you have a formal real wedding?
Nah, I ain't married.
Never got married?
Nah.
you don't want to get married?
Marijuana.
Classic
Don't want to
too.
get married?
I mean, I do someday.
It's fun, yo. My wedding was fun as shit.
Oh, the wedding part's
Rosenberg was
amazing.
fun too. When he was dancing the starships and all that.
My best friend. Shout out to my best friend.
That's crazy.
John, can I tell you guys the weirdest part? The weirdest part about the. By the way, could you see my? Could you see?
That was all over the place.
You
I
saw
seen
the
that
hug,
when
though?
I seen it. Who didn't see?
Yo, I don't care. Let me say something right now. I don't care if people write about it being good or people being awkward. All I give a fuck about is that it happened.
They seen it.
They
Yeah,
saw
and
it.
happened.
And I didn't think it was going to happen. And when they said to me, how's she going to get to the stage? And I said, I'll lead the way. And they actually were like, follow him. I was like, this is amazing. So I just put myself there. And no matter what, she walked towards me. I said, I'm taking. I've been waiting for my moment. And it's over now. You know what, Cipha? It was a good year run we had with that. With that story.
You had it.
You helped support it. You pushed it. You propped it up.
I need your help, Jadakiss. I be alley-ooping this motherfucker too much, yo. I don't get no shine.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta tell me. You don't act like I don't want to alley-oop back. You gotta tell me how to.
I need a good alley-oop.
Which way are you
I need to
going?
Punch somebody in the face.
Yeah, you need to go somewhere, and then I got you. Somehow on the show I got made to be the crazy guy, the anything can happen guy, and it's not even really true. I mean, it's kind of true.
No, it's not.
I say dumb shit sometimes, but not that crazy.
Yeah, you ain't a shock.
People come in here and Jada, and they're like, "Oh, Rosenberg, we heard," and I'm like, "Do you know that like the artists who know me don't even think of anything? They walk in, they're like."
Like a 2 Chainz or something, walk and be like, "Yo, I heard of you. I heard of you." Like, what? What'd I do?
It's so weird. You know when 2 Chainz had to like me though? After Hip Hop Squares, which was so random. After Hip Hop Squares, he was like, "You know, you're really talented." I was like, "Cause of that? Acting like a dork? If that's what you need, I can do that all day."
Nah, it's good. You good at juggling that shit.
But that was a highlight. But I did get killed yesterday against People making fun of me.
You gonna get? Yo, you heard what he said about Kim this morning? Yo, Little Kim got these.
Oh my God, her fans.
Her fans, like she got these hardcore fans. No pun intended.
The bees.
The bees.
They are nuts. They sort of leave me alone because they know my affiliation with her. But one night there was a Little Kim concert I was supposed to host, and then they said it was canceled, so I was done with it. I booked some other shit. Then it was back on. So I was like, oh, I can't host a concert. You fucking asshole. You disrespecting the queen.
It's insane.
I'm like, yo, they told me it was canceled.
Yeah.
That's the little bit I got. Him, because he said the greatest female rappers were Lauren and
I didn't say
Nicki.
that. I said the most wide-reaching
Influential
of all
or
time.
something?
Wide-reaching. Like global female artists of all time are Lauren and Nicki. I will never go back on that.
Where's Queen Latifah at? She's not
Now, as a rapper, though, and
globally, like Latifah didn't travel the world.
Lauren's borderline not a rapper either, though.
No,
But Lauren did. But Lauren traveled the world many times with her album. Nicki's traveled the world 3 times already off her albums. Kim and Latifah were amazing and influential.
But
Not the same with me.
Latifah on some.
Is the biggest female. Period.
No, she's the biggest female who also was a rapper. But her rap career
was not the biggest part of it.
Though. There's people who don't even know she's a rapper. Put it that way.
I don't consider Lauryn Hill a rapper though.
Come on,
I mean that album is not rap though.
There's a lot of rap on there though.
No, it ain't. On the Miseducation.
Half and half. Half and half.
Nah, not half and half.
Come on, Pete.
I'm looking at her right now.
She sings way more.
You know it ain't half and half.
Because I mean, I give her the thing when Lauren does rap, it's so good.
No, she can rap her ass off. We ain't saying that, but you can't give her the.
Well, I'll tell you this.
But can you give it to Kim though?
You supposed to. Kim started it.
Kim is she is the foundation.
Well, you gotta
but oftentimes.
You gotta throw people in.
I mentioned them all.
Like
no, listen.
But you're talking straight.
Salt and Pepper, they went
See, this is the
all
problem.
around
You
the
can't.
world.
No, they didn't.
Salt and Pepper didn't go around the world.
Yo, son, I used to work for Eddie O'Loughlin, who owned Next Plateau
Salt and
Records.
Pepper wasn't
He
big.
said they were, but he said in a span
Eve
of
went around. Eve got
a
TV
span
shows
of
and all
5
that.
years.
New album.
Eve killed it.
Yo, he told me in a span of like 4 or 5 years, Salt and Pepper did 43 shows.
They listen.
Oh, I gotta go.
Son,
They've gone around the world now as a legacy act, but not the same way. Listen, Light, Latifah.
You throwing Lauren? Lauren had the Fugees. That was the rap.
why do you hate the mics?
Hold on,
Her
Mike.
album wasn't. Her album is not a rap. It's not rap.
The first song on her album is this, obviously.
Yeah, that's dope. But what else though?
Well, X
They
Factor is
shoot
not.
none of them. All the videos is all
That's
Don't
R&B.
don't keep skipping. Those is the.
This is R&B too to Zion, but then rap. Hold up.
Yo, remember back
Half rap.
3 verses of rapping though. She raps the whole damn song.
I guess.
my men and my women. Yo, hip hop.
Well, she said hip hop in the ad lib.
Everybody trying to charge.
What are the singles? One,
X Factor.
Doo Wop.
That's it. That
X
ain't-
Factor. Doo Wop was a single.
was not rap.
That's rap. And this. This is both too, right? That was both.
We about to
And no rap.
Yeah, she says that. That's a rapidy rap line. But here's my point. You try to tell me Latifah has more global singles than Nicki already? You know Nicki's already made more hits than Latifah did in her whole career. God bless Latifah.
Yeah.
But his global reach.
Somebody sees Queen Latifah in the airport.
That's the actress, Queen Latifah.
Latifah's
That is
most
the icon, Queen
reputable,
Latifah.
Recognizable female.
100%. But not
lady.
because of rapping.
Because
she's
Chicago and set it
But
off.
you sitting up here saying Nicki, and then you got the whole thing with starships. So that's like a contradiction.
No, but because
Starships
of
is part
Starships
of it.
is why she's so recognizable.
Yeah.
Even though we don't like it as a rap song.
So we got to get the line of what we call rap and what's not rap. We got to figure that out one day.
Because she's not rapping on that either.
Because all of these billboards and Grammys and them, they call anything rap with a little.
Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Gangnam Style was. Now, we've been asking this a bunch recently with artists that we're friends with that we never remember to ask these things. What's your...
Not our friends. He's not our friend. No new friends.
Oh, yeah, sorry, no new friends. What's your Grammy situation? Have you ever won a Grammy?
Definitely.
What'd you get?
Early. The Benjamins.
That's a good one.
Early. Moon Man, all of that early. All of these
did you get-
things they got, I got
Styles
dust on
have
them.
one. Fuck,
I
they.
don't know if he got one
They
for
jerk
locked
Styles.
up. He might
No,
have.
I'm talking about
What
for
about
Benjamins.
Nah, he wasn't on it.
I know. That's the bullshit.
That's that bullshit.
He was on the original one that I heard in a limo with C's and Kim playing the bit. Yo, check out this new song.
verse though?
No.
Diddy's
Different
verse
verse.
is
You
my
wrote
verse.
to these verse?
Yeah. Those are my bars. What you want to be? Balls.
Did you have beef with Styles that day and took him off?
Nah,
the
Diddy just didn't, because we was doing the No Way Out album. That was the one that he didn't get on. Like everybody didn't get on every song.
No, he was on it though. He got a verse on there.
He did?
I heard it.
I mean, I don't remember that. I remember he might have laid one. I'm not sure.
He had a verse.
Did you get nominated for anything solo?
Yeah, why?
Oh, why? There you go.
Why did Bush knock down his house?
Cowards.
No, that's not why. Is that why?
Yeah. Why you around them cowards?
What's the other one? What's the other one that's like why?
Why he goes too far on why, by the way.
The one with Nas. What's Nas
What
on?
if?
What if?
What if? On why he starts on why some of them are reasonable and then some of them become
Nah, I like it. I like it.
implausible.
He's a conspiracy theorist
You
on
gotta
why,
go
man.
both. You gotta balance it
Forget
out,
which one it
Pete.
is, but there's one that always made
Why
me
for
laugh.
a Grammy. You got a Grammy for Benjamins.
Nomination because we were talking about this. Snoop's never won a Grammy, which blew our mind. We couldn't believe that Snoop didn't have a Grammy.
Nas.
Never won one?
Nope.
Zero. Yeah, that's what we said. How could he have not ever won? Because Doggy Style, he was too scary. They were too scared of him back then.
He was supposed to get one, though, off
He should have.
just off.
Yeah,
Doggy
they gotta go
Styles,
back,
They
right?
gotta go back and get one.
Yeah, they should
gotta
do
do the rewind Grammys where they
They
missed.
should really do that. Yo, so are you, by the way, I'm guessing by your hoodie, do you no longer have no affiliation with Reebok? You still with the Reebok or no?
No, I'm good friends with them. They don't,
They don't put you a dollar in your
Right
your
now,
pocket
both
right
no brand is paying. Nike just sends me product too, though. But Nike, that's all they do. Reebok really pays a little bit better, but Nike,
now.
I
But you
grew
like
up off
Nike's
Nike.
product.
Yeah, I mean Swiss got the Shaqs and a couple shoes that doing good, but I'm Nike, man. I love Reebok. I love them to death. And,
That's
The New York thing,
Hold on,
though.
but that speaks so what's so crazy about Nike's branding because this guy was a Reebok spokesperson. He had the song with AI.
It paid good.
How much was that check? How big was that check for that basketball song?
I did three of them.
Wasn't that the biggest one though when you were rhyming over the bouncing ball shit?
No, it's three.
Different
It's
ones like
three
that?
AI. Is the A3, and then I did the A5 and 6, I think. So
Did the
it
checks get
started
progressively
off,
better?
Yeah, they went bigger and bigger. It started off maybe 100 and something, 150. Then it ended up probably 2 something or something.
It's not bad for what 16, 8 bars.
Yeah, that was back then. That was the start of the G units and the S dots, and I paved the way for that.
That's you.
Yeah,
You
before
really
that, yeah.
did. You did have a good little moment there with the sneaker game.
Yeah.
What are you rocking today?
These are some outdoor basketball posit. Something I got
In
from
case
Nike
you stop
Town.
and play a street and play. In case you need to play a
Look at
street
these
ball game.
shorts. These shorts have a towel on it for you to dry your hands.
Let me see.
You sweat.
Wow, that is amazing. He has a built-in towel to his short safe. This guy's got it all.
I love it.
Are you gonna stop along the side of the road today and maybe just play a pickup game?
Nah, but I'm every scaffold I'm doing pull-ups. You know what I mean? 10 pull-ups every scaffold.
How nice was Styles P in his prime of doing that?
Styles is nice. Styles is like
Nice
a
right
health gene. Styles rides his bike from White Plains to the studio and back. He rides one like one of them professional joints, or he rides the mountain bike. Then he gets on the skinny one with the tires that can't. The Lance Armstrong joints. He goes home from the home to the studio.
On one
Then
bike.
he do pull-ups and ride another bike back home.
Damn.
That's White Plains from Yonkers. That's crazy.
How far is White Plains? For our national listeners, how far is White Plains from Yonkers?
I mean, it's not. It's
For bike riding,
Yeah,
weed
it's-
smoking, you
yeah,
crazy?
It's not next door. It's a ways. It's a
5
good
miles?
bike ride.
It's a nice
Might
couple.
be
How
more.
many miles is that?
Might be more than 5,
3?
right?
Dominican Drew?
20?
You're not. There's no
20
thing
miles,
there.
not 20 miles.
No.
10, maybe 10 miles.
25?
No.
20?
I'm looking this up. I'm looking on Google Maps, guys.
Westchester's not 20 miles. That's not,
I'm looking on Google Maps.
From Yonkers to White Plains, you bugging, yo.
Yo, Jadakiss.
20
He
miles.
gotta get on the sawmill. He gotta get on highways. It's real. Y'all crazy? You try to, let me see y'all.
I'm Google mapping
Let's
it.
have a thing with the listeners, and let's do a bike ride. Ohio to White Plains and back.
All right, here it is. I'll tell you.
Nobody gonna make it.
The answer is right now. The answer is.
It ain't 20.
It is 13 miles.
Damn.
And bike pedaling, that's 20 when they switch.
And this says via the Bronx River Parkway. I don't know if you can bike over there.
Taking the Bronx
Yeah, you
River.
can't bike
So
over there, though.
Yeah.
Because this is the route you would take in a car. But biking, that's a different story.
It's 20.
It's a long trip. Shout out to Styles P. Pretty impressive.
Yo, 13's the new 20s.
That's true.
Y'all crazy.
So what's your situation right now, Jada?
Man, I mean, you know, I'm just happy to be here. Eating fruits and vegetables.
Dropping an album when?
Bean soup and cabbage.
That's the name of it.
Nah.
Bean
Top 5
soup and
better
cabbage.
lie.
Yo,
That's
put that on.
That's from Brand Newbie.
I'm tweeting it right now.
The civilized savage.
Yo, I'm being serious. So if I do it right
Soup
now,
and cabbage.
if I tweet right now, Jadakiss new LP, quote, bean soup and cabbage coming soon, you will get hit up by a lot of people like, I can't believe it. Jadakiss is dropping an album named
Bet
after
you I
bean
have
soup.
at least another couple 100,000 vegan fans.
Exactly. That, you know what? Not a bad idea. I like where you're going. So wait, so when are you trying to drop?
Maybe September. You know, I'm feeling it out right now.
But this single with the
Def
dream
Jam goes.
is going to be on the album.
Yeah, definitely. This is from the album. It's not a pump fake. It's just a
Early warm.
yeah. Know how it goes.
Who produced this record? Did Dream produce it?
My man Phonics. Phonics from L.A. He's from Cali.
And by the way, Dream, who was our last guest on Juan Epstein, we talked a lot about his involvement and stuff. With this,
Dream's a genius.
did he just come?
I don't
What did he
know
do?
if y'all know.
Of course we know.
I knew already, but that convo was
He
dope.
probably don't even know. He's like a
Oh, he knows.
he's a
He knows.
genius.
He's well
you know,
aware.
all geniuses is weird. Like they all crazy a little.
Yeah.
He definitely he enjoyed talking about his genius. He knows, and he was very cool and mad smart. So what was his prop for this? Did he just come in? Was it more basic? Just lay down a chorus, or was he more involved?
He did stuff to the beat. He changed, moved the ranged instruments that was on the track, and he really marinated with it for a minute and absorbed it, and then.
Even without you asking him to do that, that was just part of his being on the song. He just got involved, or you said, "Hey, will you?"
No, he got involved. I mean, when you work with artists that's producers like yourself, they bring out stuff that you don't even know what I mean. That's how Mariah is too. Mariah is incredible in the studio. She'll tell you one little melody or one little arrangement and it'll switch the whole song around, and you like, God damn, I've been there for weeks listening to this beat. Think of doing. So
Make Mariah,
yeah.
A&R.
No, I mean, I'm just saying when you work with her, she's incredible.
How many songs you done with her?
Maybe 3, 2 or 3.
Starting with Honey. Is that what it was?
Honey, the Honey remix.
Oh, I know what I want to ask.
We belong together.
Yeah.
Method Man thing that
For
happened.
me, I love
She was on your album, right?
yeah,
Who? How old is your kids? You got one kid?
16 and 9.
Who's their favorite artists and rappers?
My son's favorite artist is J. Cole and ASAP.
Who? Your 16-year-old.
Yeah, my
What about the
daughter is
9?
my daughter is Chris Brown and Dream and
Would she get excited if she saw Bow Wow?
rap. I don't think so.
Because Method Man's daughter lost her shit.
When she seen Bow Wow.
Yo, listen, Method.
How old is she?
She's probably a teenager though.
A little bit older, yeah.
I think a teenager would be excited for Bow Wow. A 9-year-old that's already missed Bow Wow. Bow Wow's too
got
old.
sneakers.
Oh, 9. Yeah, she was
I've
14.
got sneakers. That's my kid's age.
Right. Exactly. That's daughter, yeah, I think 14.
So Chris Brown, your 9-year-old's
My daughter, like
right?
all of them, she loved Nicki.
What about any Disney stuff? Like, not Disney stuff, but like,
I mean, she watched.
Does she like Justin
Zach
Bieber?
and Cody and them, yeah, and Justin Bieber. But she,
like, do you ever like, not scold them, but like you're in the car, do you put on like, what do you put on for them? Like, do you put on like Z100, like the pop station?
Nah,
or-
I ain't one of them that try to block my kids out of reality. You know, I mean, I let
So
them.
you put High 97 on.
Yeah, or they got iPhones with music in them. They looking for the auxiliary cord to plug in.
Their thing.
What they want to hear, yeah. You know how that goes. they take over. I'm just driving. They need the plug. Let me get the cord, Dad. And
Yo, but how we? I'll never get over and understand that there are 16-year-old kids who are friends with your kid, who get to your house and the dad is Jadakiss.
Oh yeah, I get a bunch of. You know, I gotta go through get a bunch of Q&As before I can pass the door and all that. And
But what do they say? What does a 16-year-old, 15-year-old kid say to you? Like,
if they're a hip hop, they ever have any friends who are like real hip hop heads? Who are like, oh my God, you're Jadakiss?
Yeah, of course. My son, see, he think I give him a lot of my old, like when I get in, because every now and then, well, not every now and then, when I do a new album or when I'm working on some new material, I'll buy a new laptop and give him the old one. So he got my music in there. He's in there lying to his friends like he knows about $500,000 and he knows about all of this other rap that I'm just giving them the insight. Right. So then that triggers. So it makes them want to go home and start learning about Coogee rapping, learning and everything.
That's an ill reference you just made. $500,000.
Rest in peace, $500,000.
Jeez. Yeah, you know where we come from,
So you have your laptop with all your music in it, everything. You just hand it over because you transfer it to a new one.
Yeah.
So
I'm just picturing, like my friends who's like, my friend's dad was, Charles and Lenora Cohen, for example. Yeah. I'm comparing that to if they were like, oh, here's my dad, and Jadakiss comes downstairs while I was in high school, like, over for a sleepover. I'd be like, oh my God, can we freestyle with your dad?
Yeah, you got especially when I go to the school. He go to Iona Prep. Justin went there. So Diddy was there. So now we like the second coming of that.
What does your son want to do? Does he do music at all?
He's into music, art, and he can draw pretty good. He be rapping, he be making beats, and he's into that fashion though. This crazy looking. This is my favorite summer jam experience. Ghostface, his two sons. One is a rapper, one is like a fashion. One got a clothing line. Yeah.
Yeah, not Sun God. I don't think it was Sun God. It was
Sun God's the oldest
one. He's probably in his 20s, right?
Yeah.
Right.
There's another one.
Two younger kids, Rashawn, I think his name was. I forgot his name. I told him I shout him out. All three of them discussing if Nicki's ass is really that fat.
Including Ghostface.
Yes. Ghostface turned around, look, he's like, hold on, let me see, man. I mean, I had way bigger asses than that, yo.
For the record, he had that conversation with me, too, when he saw me separately. First thing he says, yo, Nicki's ass ain't that fat. I was like, really? Because I'm looking at it, I feel like you're wrong.
His son gave him a tap. Like, yo, look, Nicki, look. Huh?
It went down a little.
Yeah. You gotta pay for the re-up.
It's in a nice space though. I like how it's looking.
Listen, in the jeans.
Amazing.
It was in jeans. It was still huge. I mean, it's still crazy. But Ghost is probably. Let's be real.
Flick, look.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what I have.
Pull
here.
that out, baby.
Ghostface has probably had some big joints.
When she hugged you should have just palmed it, yo.
How hip?
That would have been crazy. He would have let you get away with it too.
Because on stage, what are you gonna do? I got pounded out by security.
So what?
I was like, I did it.
Yo, I was so much on the Wu-Tang stage.
I know. You were all up in it.
I was like, yo, I might get beat up, and then it'll be such a great story. I wasn't playing. I was on with the Wu-Tang on stage. Like,
you were one of those guys.
Yo, I made it seem like I had to be there. And then Ellis, Redman and Method Man's manager, had asked me for water. So it looked like I was somebody important. So then I pushed through to the front.
Done.
I should have told the DJ, yo, let me get on. Yo.
Well, I learned though.
That close.
I did learn from the Nicki situation the other day that since we are actually more important than just about everyone there but the artist, if you push, they're gonna defer to you because most of them know they're not really doing anything or supposed to be there.
Right, and it's not like
they have real security standing up there. There's real security at the front. So the other people standing there are just standing there. Yeah. So when I push ahead, no one's like, Now maybe some of them know who we are too, ideally. But even if not, they don't know that they know they're not supposed to be there.
Right. And you look like a stage hand, you know what I'm saying?
Like I could get someone water or bring someone something. The craziest thing though, I don't know if you ever noticed at Summer Jam, there are like about 7 or 8 privileged kids there every year. That just know people, sponsors kids and shit like that, who are just standing on the stage like these white kids with
Nobody's telling them to move, none of that.
Nobody can. Like,
living the dream. They don't even know. I considered pulling them aside and saying like, do you guys know how lucky you are?
You little shit.
But I realized it would blow up my face. They'd be like, some asshole came up to me and said I should be thankful for my life. Could you get him fired?
Dad, can you buy Hot 97?
Dad, buy Hot 97. I'm sick of this. Some fucking weird Jew tried to talk to me. It's such a weird experience living that life. All right, so Jadakiss has an album coming sometime
Yeah, we
September.
We're going to shoot for September.
The focus right now is the single, which is called
Big Boy Dialogue.
Big Boy Dialogue, which is a hot name for a song, by the way.
What
Featuring The Dream.
What's your formula, Jadakiss?
Make records.
I love it.
Making them.
Do you make like 100 records and then pick good ones?
Not that many.
But you just make a whole bunch of joints. Do you ever find like one beat and you be like, this is the one? Or you have to make the whole song
a lot
first?
of them. Yeah, you go. I mean, you gotta go. Like when you're making the album, it'll start rounding itself out as you start recording. You know what I mean? And you get in that mode, it'll start coming together.
You know what, guys? It does look a little. I mean, it's amazing, but it does look a little less.
Are we
fat
talking
here.
about Nicki's ass?
How'd you go back to that?
Because I just found a picture.
No,
It's still great, but I guess it's.
it might have been the jeans. But
This is plenty for me. It's plenty, but I understand what you're saying in terms of it's most obscene.
But that's because your wife has nothing.
I know. Hey, well, you know that would be considered.
My wife don't got nothing either.
Go. What the?
Not bad.
How you gonna say that?
I know. Your wife has no. And there are places that would be a fight.
Yo, my wife is Filipino.
Yeah,
Yo,
you
she
already
got
knows. Then I remember. I was like,
nothing.
oh, Site's wife's Asian.
Nothing back there.
What is this?
The idea of a black man acknowledging that his wife doesn't have a fat ass is absurd. They're like, what? Are you
I'm
okay?
in Jersey though. Pete.
Are you all right?
Work that day.
It's not a bad one, right?
Nah.
Yeah, no, the Padres jersey's real.
If she take them off though, it'll look better though.
Oof.
Imagine that.
Nicki's face is dope too, by the way. It's underrated. It's like Dolly Parton. What's Dolly Parton's #1 pet peeve? I've
Used
got a
to
great
be her
ass too.
boobs.
I got a great. No, but
Oh,
she's
she
got a great.
always say that?
No, I just remember Dave Letterman did that as his top 10. He did top 10 Dolly Parton's pet peeves, and she was #1 was I've got a great ass too. You would never know.
Nobody never looked
No one
at
pays
her
attention.
What?
You should. I'm going to Bonnaroo in a couple weeks, Jadakiss. You familiar with Bonnaroo?
ass. Hell no. What's that?
Oh, I know what I gotta ask him.
Bonnaroo is a festival, music festival. It's 4 days long, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's in Manchester, Tennessee. It's out in like the middle of nowhere, and it just acts from like 1 p.m. to 3 a.m. nonstop
All
music.
types of music.
And dirty white people, such as myself on this occasion, camp out there. And you literally stay in a tent. There are bathrooms and showers, shit like that. But you sleep in a tent. People do mad drugs, eat delicious food, supposedly.
Like Woodstock's brother.
Yeah,
cousin.
or nephew. You know what I'm saying? But it's also gotten so random musically. So like, R. Kelly's there, which I'm pretty excited about. See, if anything's gonna make me do drugs, it's gonna be seeing R. Kelly. That would be an experience. You know what I'm saying? Out in the middle of the woods, high as a fucking kite. No, well that would be. You know what? Kel's peed on someone. I can do it too. I'm doing it, babe. Pee on my wife at the
I see
concert.
a lot of dudes pissing on people when Kel's on stage.
Thinking it's funny.
Like high white people. Like,
Thinking it's ironic. It's like
that
R.
the
Kelly's on
seventh-
stage and I
Hell,
see
Seventh inning piss.
seventh inning piss. It's been a long day. Guys, what do you think? I'm tempted to answer this call on Juan Epstein.
who is it?
A random Houston number.
Do it.
What would it be? Like, 'cause I don't know anyone.
Might be slimmed up.
Kirk O'Bangs.
Hello?
Hi, may I be speaking?
May I ask who's speaking?
This is Jenna with Ad Results. Is this Peter?
Yes. Oh, ad results like Google?
We're actually sent you out a check for your endorsement.
Oh, hello. Hold on one second.
Man, hold on.
Hold on. Good phone call. Okay, yeah. What was the problem with the check? Oh, really? What address do you have? Let's clean this up. Wrong address for a check? Jada, this is your kind of call. Okay, what is it?
Send it to Jadakiss' father's coffee cup.
Yeah, that's the wrong address. That's the old address. Wow, that's a long time ago that you had. And how much is the check for? And is it related? That's related to Google? I mean, like internet views and things like that?
Shit, I gotta get my shit up. You getting internet checks.
Oh, this is old too.
Yeah, you want me to take that winner?
All right, cool. Well, yeah, everything should be going to this
Out
address.
completely?
All right, thank you.
No, I thought you had something funny to it. I won't take it. Yo, listen.
Let me tell him. Hey, so delete before Winter Ramos. You delete the last 5 minutes that just happened. From the
Leave
second-
his address on it.
So he brings up Winter Ramos. Get rid of that.
From Bonnaroo, cut it right there. till the next thing we're going to. No Winter Ramos.
No, you could actually pick up with my phone call.
Yeah.
But then when I say
Turn it off. when
right,
it
but then
starts.
right when I go, I need my address, cut from that point. All right. Got the same thing for you.
But and then save me the Winter Ramos clip and send it to me personally so I can always have his awkward.
All right. I took care of that money. Hey, Cipha, guess what I have?
What?
$1,400 coming my way.
What?
I like them apples.
I love it.
Ooh, I just got a publishing check the other day.
What? For Nina Sky?
Yeah.
How much?
It was like, cause it went up because the song was in Zero Dark 30.
How was that song in that?
I don't know. I haven't
depressing-ass
seen it yet. Mad people hit me like, yo, you know, your Nina Sky song is in Zero Dark 30 or that Osama movie.
movie? So how much was that check for?
It's like $983.
Woo! But I have one complaint. Sorry, Jadakiss.
No, $900.
And $83. No, I know. Not
Not 900,000.
I didn't think so. Don't worry. The worst thing about the last Juan Epstein when Ebro was here, he can contribute value sometimes, occasionally, out of order. He jumps right in with Dream Sits Down, starts talking about Rihanna. It's like okay. That's not how we handle a first-time guest. As you know, we work chronologically and shit. Not when it's a friend, but someone who's the first time. But then you bring up Nina Sky, and he goes, I mean, how does that come up on the podcast? I'm like, it's our podcast, and Cipha used to manage Nina Sky, so they come up all the time. Then my brother comes up. He's like, well, how did Nick Rosenberg make it here? I'm like, he's my
Obviously, you're not listening to this
What?
podcast.
This son of a... I know what it's like. I know what it was like working with Diddy.
Kiss.
I worked
Kiss
with
dissed
Diddy.
me too.
Never.
Kiss did?
Remember I told you Dream was supposed to give me a Nina Sky record?
Oh, no.
Kiss supposed to do a verse.
He's still waiting for his verse.
I got Styles and Chic. No Kiss.
Kiss is tough. He gave me one, though. he missed my Locks record, but then he got one later.
Hold on. What was your answer?
Lying.
And you know he doesn't believe for 1 second that you're wrong about it. Jada, I can't imagine you've hooked people up with 1 million verses, and yet I also imagine you've missed 1 million verses as well. There has to be both, right?
Definitely.
Did you ever pass on one that a kid was hitting you up and you never got back to him? Not as a diss, you were just busy and shit, and then they blew up and you were like, damn, I really should have gotten on that record. Or were they all shit and it worked out in the long run?
I ain't missed too many. I ain't missed that many.
Nothing too crazy.
Missed, what I missed? Oh. Nah, I ain't missed.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're about to give one up, and then you
About to say
didn't want to give him credit.
I ain't missed none. I had one. I had a beat though. I missed out on a couple of beats.
Oh, that
From people who
somebody
blew
else sold
after?
it?
Yeah.
Like what?
The whole that 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, in just 5 years.
40 million.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had that.
turn my music hot,
Yeah.
hot.
No.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Blaze one?
Yep.
Ooh,
That was a big one.
that's crazy. I had Uchi Wally.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
I did. For when I was at
That's like a
Raucous.
weird
I wish
song.
you kept that.
You ain't
Huh?
that's like a hard one because you.
But you
ain't-
could have saved hip hop. Because I hated
I know
Uchi
you hate
Wally
that
as a
song. I don't know why you hate it.
Oh, it's
Chicks
disgusting.
love it.
Oh,
I had it when I was at Raucous.
that is a filthy, disgusting
They
song.
love that.
Try to
song.
buy it.
He has bodyguards who may be guilty of
Yeah, nah,
sex
that-
crimes rapping on
Song
it.
is
Yeah, it's
therapeutic for hip hop. We need that songs like that.
Little young thing going around my dick with your tongue
No, it's a
ring.
little
It's
nasty.
not nice.
Nasty. But when I sold him, when I didn't get the beat,
Oh,
Love
Nas
that.
wasn't on it. Remember, it was just the
The Bravehearts.
Bravehearts album or whatever. So Nas wasn't on it. So I'm like, yo, I was gonna give you this much for that beat. He's like, nah, Nas wanted it. I'm like, oh, Nas is on it. He's like, nah, his brother. I was like, what the?
Wait, who were you going to give that to at Raucous?
I think it was for Soundbombing album. I just liked the beat and I wanted it and was gonna get people on it.
That's so interesting how that
Or
that-
Lyricist Lounge album.
Boy,
Or
you could have changed history, Seth.
Eh,
Didn't happen. Wasn't meant to be.
was meant to be. Well, I know one of your beats. I know Knock Yourself Out was a Clips record, and Jadakiss got it. Did you know it was a Clips record before that?
Nah.
It's not surprising though.
Pharrell gave away all the early Clips records. They used to have to hide the fucking. They used to take the hard drive and shit or the zip disc.
What, and steal
and
it
hide
from Pharrell? So
They would record a song and then they would take and hide it because Pharrell would play the beats for other people and then sell them.
because he was probably sitting there
Knock
waiting.
Yourself Out was one of them. Was a Clip song.
Well, guess what? It had to go. And
It had
guess
to
what
go.
else? It worked out.
Kids got it.
Yeah.
Are you satisfied? Like if your career continues just the way it is, do you have a goal at this point of like, I want to do X, Y, and Z, or is it like you've proven what you need to prove and make music?
I just want to honor my contract, and that's it. I mean, I ain't saying that's it, but that's my goal.
What's your contract?
Yeah, I think 3 more albums or something. 3
more with Def Jam?
Trying to knock them out, like right now.
And then but why? But why rush through it? What's to get to what?
So I could sign to my own self.
Oh, you want to be signed to yourself?
Yeah.
You think it's bigger money these days if Jadakiss just puts out Jadakiss?
I mean, it's a lot of loopholes to get bigger money. It's money out there. You just gotta get it. But when you eliminate some of the hands, it's definitely more.
Right,
money.
but is it, or you could look at it that way, or you could do like.
No, I'm not saying I'm just gonna be affiliated with nobody, signed to myself, and I'm gonna sign to myself under one of these big, wherever the check is at. You know, I made everybody else rich for years. I done bought restaurants, clothing lines, yachts, dog food, motorcycles.
Dog food? Who did the dog food?
Google it.
Google it, man.
All right, I'll Google it. Dog food?
So I'm
gonna write dog food Jadakiss and see what I get.
Do you still get? Do you ever get offered? Do you still write for other people at all? Or?
I mean, I learned I'm writing for my own artists. I'm just channeling all this traffic back to myself that I was channeling for other people for years.
So you want to go more independent?
Not necessarily. I'm just being
self-sufficient.
Bringing it all home. Yeah. You know, when you first get in the game, you signed to somebody, they signed to somebody. You heard Pusha. They signed to 3.
The line that came up on Rap Genius about him and dog food was, "I'm moving that dog food from Maryland to Memphis."
Who's that?
People love that.
According to Rap Genius,
kind of dog food.
according to Rap Genius, the definition of that line is he moves a lot of drugs across states. Is that true? Is that what the line means?
That's what the line might mean, but that's not
insinuate.
That's what you were
saying.
saying.
Who behind it made
Rough
the dog
Rider
food?
had dog food, if you don't know.
Oh, there was Rough Rider dog food.
Yeah.
Rough Rider dog food.
Do you remember young Eve well? From the way beginning when you first met her?
Yeah.
She cool?
Yeah.
I really liked her. I only met her for the first time ever, like 2 months ago.
Love. Eve is love. All love.
You never met her before?
I'd never met her before that. But I'll be honest, I'm happy I met her now. She looks amazing. I did not think she was super hot when she came out. I think she's super hot now. I know you can't speak on your sister.
She's one of those
sis.
I always thought she was
She's one of those look better in person type.
And I think she looks better in person. I think she was even better.
Always did.
I didn't like the little I wasn't that into the paw prints when she still looked
Those
a little
off.
No, but it's kind of more. What I mean is I like
it was all out there before.
And she was Rough Rider Eve. I sort of like cleaned up Eve. I'll admit I like the kind of cleaned up.
You don't like the pit bull in the
I'm not as Pitbull in a, even that reference point was never sexy to me. A Pitbull in a skirt, I legitimately pictured that. It sounded horrible. Just doesn't a sexy image.
That sounds funny. You right?
Yo, she was hot, but you was always looking at the goons behind her, doing wheelies on the 4-wheelers and all that. Like,
hard to picture. Now she's like by herself, moves with other girls and things like that.
The music changes.
Yeah.
See, it's always something. You gotta stay. You gotta keep it.
Did you listen to the Kendrick album a lot?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I like Kendrick. I like the album. I like how it's very cinematic. You know, with the skits. The skits gives you the movie feel. But his songs are great.
When do you listen to music? In the car?
All the time. On planes, on a car, in my crib.
Like, do you own the Kendrick album, or will you go on Spotify and listen or something like that? You just got it.
I cop albums.
You buy CD? You still buy CDs?
CDs, and I buy off iTunes. Yeah, I need.
I like CDs.
Of course you do.
So you listen like is there a difference? You listen in the crib is like you walking around the crib doing stuff, or when do you I guess when you have headphones on, you probably sit and listen to it.
No, when something comes out that everybody's talking about,
You'll go and check
I
it.
sit down, roll up, and absorb it. Not just give it I gotta sit down and see what's all the noise about.
What are you doing that to right now? Anything? Like what'd you listen to this morning or yesterday?
This morning I listened to a new song that Ross put out with me and him, Oil Money Gang.
Is that out already?
Yeah, the video's coming out today too. The song got released last night and the video's coming today.
You, Ross, and who?
Me and Ross, Justice League beat.
Nice.
Yeah, mean.
That's dope. That sounds dope.
That does sound dope.
Mean.
Where is it?
Vintage
Play it.
Ross. I don't have it. Y'all supposed to have it. Y'all the radio.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it.
Don't look at me. I'm not that rap.
She ain't got it.
I ain't that rep. I don't rep that.
Got that.
Sav.
Call Sav.
You can't wait to shoot it to you right now.
What's it called? Oil what?
Oil Money Gang.
Want to call Sav?
No, we've already had enough Sav for one day. I love Sav. Sav brought us breakfast today, so we already got mad
And then
freestyle.
Ebro,
Shout outs.
Half verbally dissed him for bringing us breakfast.
Yeah, Ebro's so insane.
Fucking
But then
weird.
spent an hour talking about it at the same time. Ebro is, I want you guys to know this. We know now what it was like to work with Diddy. Because we have Diddy. His name is Ebro. He's on our show. It's produced by him,
Diddy's
featuring
worse.
him.
Diddy's worse.
Oh, well, of course. But I mean in terms
I
of...
love Diddy, but he's the type of shit you're talking about. Diddy had to be worse.
How dare you say that? Diddy was not worse at anything. And certainly not having white parties. In fact, he's the greatest of all time.
Mastermind.
Off to a promising start.
It's going further, my nigga. It ain't even being the dope boy, my nigga. We talking oil money. Oil money. Yeah. It's amazing to be alive when niggas want you to die. Mad at every check you deposit. I see it all in their eyes. I'ma stunt harder. I'ma shop more. Black bellboy. I'ma shop more. Black bellboy Persian rugs at the door. Giving niggas jobs. Living like the mob.
What's this from?
I think that's gonna be the first thing off
Raw.
Self-Made 3. I saw a post about that. Self-Made 3.
Where's Jada?
You know I'm not to be fucked with. Chilling on the deck, brainstorming on the check. You don't see the bigger picture, you just see the silhouette. Keep your hoe still for I nail her. Money on my mind while I hold still for the tailor. Yeah, 3-man weave, I dump it off to the trailer. If the pack too loud, dump it off with the sealer. We pop bottles after shots of tequila. Might see me in something you can't cop from the dealer. Bravo gold ring, Gareth Pugh and Bell staff. Work coming in, I sit on some and sell half. Made it to the top overnight, that's why you fell fast. Best head I got in my life, for a Chanel bag. This is heaven on earth.
For a Chanel bag.
Hell pass. Niggas trying to copy my style, but they don't sell swag. Nah, vacationing in the Maldives. Room service come to you on a boat. Chow, please.
Tomorrow.
Confused though, cause out.
Hit Sav. Someone to clean.
Know I get huge dough and wild keys.
Nigga, you should already be cleaning it. What are you doing?
He's recording us. He's
Man.
That's just dope. Yo, hey.
Love and Ross does those sample
I know,
Justice
love
League.
when
That's
Ross
vintage
swings.
Ross.
Yo, how often ever in your career did you get on radio or any place and freestyle?
What do you mean, off the top?
Yeah, as opposed to bars, you had extra bars. Do you ever freestyle, or you always go with extra bars?
That right there, I've had stuff that was prepared, and then I would go off the head after it goes off, like after I used up the bars.
So then you would go in.
So you had a running start.
Yeah.
But like when you did like the legendary ones with Flex and things like that, those are bars you'd prepare and you would just come in.
Those days, man.
Some of those is off the head.
Oh,
the ending parts on them.
And matter of fact, guys, I'm gonna go. I think it's perfect timing for us to stop by the DJ Funk Flex app and see which ones Flex was smart enough to include, because he put a lot of the freestyles up on here on his app. You been to his app yet?
Yeah, got it.
The freestyles.
The world has that app.
Yeah, apparently so. So I remember when we started an app?
No.
Ooh, the lot. Is this my favorite one? Let's see.
I hate Flex.
Yup, this is my favorite one. You know this is my favorite one.
I hate Flex.
Yo.
To another level. Crazy, yo.
This is my favorite one.
To the chest like this. Hear this.
But the best part's Jada.
Yo, don't this. Yo.
No offense, Jada has the best part.
Scared to take it to the knife or the gun in the rumble. I can show you how to get your neck broke. Stretch coke.
I love everyone else. This is my favorite Jada freestyle. I love
Sheik
Sheik.
is upset right now.
No,
He's under the
Sheik, I
covers.
love you.
Doors that open up regular. Get it on with the hard plastic. My 16s have niggas feeling like they tripping off acid. Trust me, I can't see
This part right here. Hold on.
If you whack me, you can't be a boss. Ride or die, cry or lie. Get your hustle on. Hold D block down for life. Truly yours. Jada comes
about a Jew lawyer?
Haters shaking like Ali holding the torch.
Oh, he dissed Ali. I'm just kidding. He did diss him. Respect.
Still sold more than P. Diddy my first week. Let it be known. For them other cats, I raise y'all fags. So y'all want a gunfight or play raise our tags. I heard tracks and I disperse tracks. Work out only on my wrist so the fifth won't jerk back. SP, where you at, bro?
That's just. Yeah, no Jew lawyer lines in there, but the Locks did have their share. The Locks had their share of Jew
lawyers saved our lives.
I know, but to us on the outside, it sounded we felt away when we first heard it.
I think it's just lawyers. I think
lawyers.
You need a good Jewish one.
Good Jewish. See, but if you had said Jewish, it would have sounded so much better. But at the time, when he goes,
Jew lawyer.
he goes in the court with the Jew lawyer. Yeah, but what does that part mean? Why the true employer? That makes it sound like we're slave owners. The Jew lawyer, the true
I
employer.
can be slave owners. Yeah, I never had a problem with being slave owners.
We were slaves. I need to give you a history lesson.
We were too.
We were slaves first. The Jews were slaves for thousands of years. And everyone thinks because we're great lawyers, doctors, and business owners
and rich
that we run the world. We earn that shit. You know what? I'm tired of this. And I'm not even
earned
rich.
that shit.
Not me. Well, other people did. I don't have anything yet.
It's crazy.
You know, the first time I met Jim Jones, he's like, yo, Rosenberg, let me borrow some money. I said, Jones, how much money do you have in your pocket right now? Jim pulls out a knot out of his pocket. I looked at it. He handed it to me. I looked at it. I flipped through it a little bit. I said, Jim, this is when I first got here, so I just got my job. I said, Jim, I'm being 100% serious with you, just so you know. You have more money in your pocket than I have ever had at one time in my entire life. I was like, I'm being serious. I need you to know that. He was like, he looked so disappointed. Now, at this point, I think I've accrued more money than Jim keeps in his pants day to day. But if he had like 3 pairs of jeans laying next to each other, all pockets
60
filled.
60 racks.
That might be.
He got 60 racks in his.
Said it.
I mean.
Oh, my God. All right, so Jadakiss.
Anything for the radio?
Yes, we got the AI stuff for the radio is good, and we'll do this right here. Jadakiss album, September-ish, you're saying?
For September. We shooting for a September release.
And it's top 5 dead or alive?
Still got to go talk to Barry and Lucian and Bartles and Pat Cousins.
He's name dropping the big bosses at Def Jam.
That's what I want to speak
Bartles,
to.
you
That's
tell
what
him
I'm
to
looking
talk
for.
to me.
No doubt.
Is he the Bartles from Bartles and James?
No. Might be.
He might be.
Now.
Okay, hold on. So that's top 5 dead or alive.
Top 5 dead or alive, baby.
Now, you know that's a saying that people have used for you a lot. So I'd imagine it's kind of, you're going to put some pressure on yourself album-wise with a title that's so
the name of the album?
lofty. Yes. Top 5 dead or alive.
I mean, if you just, it's no pressure at all. It's going to be what it's going to be. The music, listen to the radio. Y'all got a sheet that y'all got to play. Do that feel like any pressure?
Yes, Cipha. What about that? You know what he's talking about.
The playlist?
He basically called you a little bitch. He didn't say it in those words, but basically he was implying.
It happened. 97 finally went into bitch mode. Yo, we used to have we lived a long time.
Yeah.
With our mix.
And Jada, you were part of it. You were living back then. Dominating airways for hours.
Well, I feel like
endlessly.
playing 9 Jada joints in a row. Cool.
Well, no, and play 1 started over 5 times.
You know, it was a time when
Why not?
We was able to fog that room over there up. Fog. I said, what?
What was
What's
the main
going
studio?
on here? Come in, light up, and we gonna throw records on.
So hold on. Back in the day, the classic Flex Freestyles, y'all were just smoking blunts in the studio.
The better the freestyles, the more foggy
That's
it
night,
was
though.
in there.
That's night.
Night.
Yeah, but you couldn't do it at night now. 25th Street? I never
At the room.
I'm gonna lie over there.
At the
I'm gonna
main
try
studio.
when I go back, when the album's gonna come out,
You'll find a way.
I'm smoking over there where Flex is at. That's a private build. That's it.
It has to happen.
Yeah.
There's no carpenters union.
I'm smoking. I'm
Nobody
going
got
on
shot in
record.
front of them.
I'm smoking over. When I go back to there, I'm smoking over there.
All right, how about let's play Jadakiss's record too. Jadakiss featuring The Dream.
Yeah, Big Boy Dialogue. Top 5 dead or alive. You know what it is. New York City, tri-state area. You know what I mean?
Thank you.